Hi guys, my name is Julie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, you already clicked on it so you know what we're doing, but we're going to be reading new releases. I'm super excited for this video because I have so many new releases that I want to get into, but we're going to be reading 3 in this video of the ones that just came out that I absolutely need to read immediately in this moment right now. So the first book, I already started it. I'm 20% in. I'm listening to the audiobook on Libby, and that is Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. I've read 2 of her books in the past, and I rated them both 3 stars. I really, they were super short, but I just, didn't love them, and I didn't really connect to them. But I do feel like this book has, a more sad undertone than the other ones. I feel like they all go through stuff in the story, but this one itself, I was listening to this, or I started listening to it when I was on the way to an appointment, and this one is just, it was, literally making me sad. I was oh, and I don't know if it's just because I'm, about to start my period and my hormones are high or whatever, but it was just, oh, you know? Yeah, so far, my thoughts, my feelings, I like the main character so far. I'm not super connected to the male main character so far, but I feel like the reveal of who he is, I kind of guessed it, I kind of saw it coming, because I feel like there were just aspects that were but I do think it was really interesting the way it went about, and I feel like I'm only 20% in, so I literally can't say that much at all about what's happening. After the appointment that I went to, that I was listening to it before, anyways, I bought the other 2 books that I'm going to be reading in this reading vlog. I got The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. This is Casey McQuiston's newest release. I'm super excited to get into this. It says, it's childhood best friends to lovers to exes. So it's a second chance romance, and it takes place on a trip abroad. So it just sounds super interesting. I've read one other Casey McQuiston book, which was Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I rated that at 4 stars. So yeah, I'm super excited. I think this is the special first edition. I'm not really sure, but it has frayed edges. It says some things taste better together. And then I really love the top and the bottom. They're super cute. I love the color. It's a light purple, kind of looks pink on camera, but it's a light purple in person, and I'm super excited to get into this. It just seems like it's going to be a really fun time. The third book I'm going to be reading in this reading vlog, I am kind of scared to read because I feel like I have high hopes for it because of the cover. It's just stunning. It's a Mulan inspired fantasy. I am just super excited for it. I saw it on Amazon for pre-order, and I was like, I don't need to spend that much right now. But then I saw it in person, and I was like, oh my god, it is so stunning. It is so stunning. It's The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. This cover is just literally drop dead gorgeous. What do you mean? What do you mean? It is so stunning. And the book itself just feels so sleek. It is sleek. It's just it's less than 400 pages, I think. No, it's just 400 pages, and this is just so pretty. There's the edges are sprayed, and then the end papers, I love it. It's so vibrant, so pretty. The naked hardback says never trust a dragon. Just look at it. It's so sleek. I love it so much. If other hardbacks were like this, then I would read them more often, but I am just a paperback girly through and through. Also, this one's sleek as well. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe my books just feel old, but these are just such sleek feeling books. They feel nice to hold. The part right here says, infused with magic and romance, this sweeping fantasy adventure inspired by the legend of Mulan follows a young woman determined to choose her own destiny, even if that means going against everyone she loves. That sounds so good. I'm so excited to get into this. I am definitely going to be starting with Summer Romance because I'm already 20% into this, but I don't even know what I'm going to read next because I'm so excited for both of these. They're very highly anticipated. I'm super excited to get into those, but since I already started, I'm in 20% into Summer Romance, we're going to do that. I need to go through my shelves and my physical TBR and update that in Goodreads, so I'll probably do that while I'm listening to that, and then I'll update you guys when I have an update. So 400 pages in, so like 5 chapters in. Oh my god. Anyways, but I'm really liking it so far. It starts out reminding me of the Poppy War, and I'm literally gagged because it's like the Poppy War, like with opium and like the marriage thing. Like it's literally in the first chapter, and it was reminding me so much of that. And now I'm just like literally like so upset that I'm not reading the Poppy War right now. Like, not that I'm disappointed that I'm reading this, but like I'm just like, it's like that TikTok audio that's like, I miss my wife. That's me right now. That's literally me. But I'm really liking it so far. I'm like, okay, like I know I'm like 5 chapters in, and I obviously don't know how the rest of the story is gonna go, but I'm really enjoying it, like really enjoying it. I like the writing style, like I like the way that it's printed. I like how my brain just stopped talking. But I really like how the writing style is very like easy to understand, but it's not complicated. Like I feel like it's good writing and it's not bad at all. Like it doesn't seem like juvenile writing, but it's very easy to understand. Honestly, this is like one of my favorite books that I own because it is literally just so like it feels so high quality. Like I'm low-key like being super gentle with the pages because they're so thin, but they're also like very soft, and like literally this entire book is just so like such high quality. Like I'm literally so gagged, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I think I might read like one more chapter and then go to bed because I don't even know what time it is, but I'll just check on my Kindle. It's 9:14, which that's not that late. I think I'm gonna read one more chapter and then go to bed. I'm trying to go to bed earlier and wake up earlier because I have CNA soon, and so I need to be able to wake up early. We'll see. I'm really enjoying it so far. So I just finished The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot to record for a lot of this. It was very fast paced and I was like very into the story for a lot of it, so I kind of forgot to pick up the camera and record. But I do think that I'm gonna rate this a 3.75. While it was fast paced and I did enjoy the writing style for like a filler book or like a palate cleanser, I feel like because it was so fast paced, it kind of took away from the impact of like a lot of the stuff that was happening post part 1 of the book. I also really enjoyed the main character, Maylin, but I feel like her thoughts kind of developed too fast because of the pacing as well. I understand where it was coming from, but I just felt like it was too fast and I didn't connect to the story as much because of that as like I would have wanted to. I also didn't really love the romance in this. I feel like it was definitely like a subplot, but I kind of wish it just wasn't there at all, or like it was like a little bit more built up because I just really didn't care about it. I liked the main plot more than the romances, and I'm not sure what this is marketed as, like if it's a romantasy or if it's just like fantasy with a romance subplot, but I just really didn't care for it, and I definitely think that it's gonna like develop further in the further books, and I think it's gonna be a love triangle, and I do not like love triangles. Like if they're done right, like if it's like the Vampire Diaries, like I like that love triangle, but this one I just like I didn't like either of the main male characters, to be honest. Like I really didn't, and I wasn't sold on them. I didn't like many of the characters in this book besides a woman, and there were not a lot of women in this book, so I'm just putting that out there. I definitely would still recommend this if you like a Mulan retelling. I feel like it was very fast paced, very easy to get into and keep you entertained, and it was also not too long. I think it was just over 400 pages, but I definitely thought I was going to enjoy it more than I did. I just feel like it kind of fell flat for me post part 1. After I finished that, I had to do like laundry and a couple household tasks, so I started listening to the Summer Romance audiobook again, and I am liking it so far. I feel like I never really connect to Annabelle Monaghan's romances that much. Like I like the subplot more than the romance all of the time, like the stuff that's going on with the main female character. In this book, she's like going through a divorce and like she's mourning her mother who passed away like a couple years ago, and I feel like that is like really intriguing for me, and like also the other stuff that comes up throughout the book is very interesting to me, more so than the romance itself. But out of the 2 books that I've read of Annabelle Monaghan, this definitely is my favorite romance so far. I'm going to continue reading it and actually do what I said I was going to do at the beginning of the video, which is go through my physical TBR and add everything into my Goodreads, because then I can just have it like a physical TBR shelf on Goodreads that I can like mark books off of and stuff. So I'm gonna do that and listen to the audiobook, and then I'll give you guys an update when I'm finished with that. I think I'm like maybe 50% in, but we'll see. So I'm about to go to bed, but I thought I'd give you guys my thoughts real quick because I just finished Summer Romance. Also, I have my retainers in, so ignore if I sound different, but I liked it more than her other books. I did. I felt like it was very realistic, but like I enjoyed it. I liked mostly the subplot of like everything that the male main character, I think her name was Alice, was dealing with. I just never really connect to like her male main characters enough to care about the romance. Like I feel like this one, like I liked him more than I liked the other ones in the past, but I just really didn't care. And like, I don't know. Like I feel like I will, like if my library continues to get the Annabelle Monaghan books whenever they release, I feel like I will continue to listen to the audiobooks, but I just don't really care that much about the romance aspect. I kind of feel like the fiction part better. Like, you know what I mean? Like not like the romance, but like the fiction part of the book that's like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, it was okay. I think I'm going to give it like, I'll say 3.75 because I did like the subplot, but I just really didn't care enough to give it like a full 4 stars. And but I didn't think it was bad. Like I didn't think it was bad by any means, and I can see why people liked it. I think there were a lot of like, I always say this, quotable quotes. Like there were just good quotes in there, but I didn't really care that much. So it was good. Like I would recommend it out of all of her books. I think that's the one I like the most so far, but it was okay. Oh, what I was gonna say, it's like 11 p.m. So I'm not gonna start the pairing today, but I will start it tomorrow. I really want to hopefully finish it tomorrow because I'm planning to do like my Throne of Glass. If you saw my August TBR, then I'm planning to do like a Throne of Glass reading vlog eventually. Like I don't know how long that is gonna take. It's gonna take literally forever, but I want to start the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, so I need to get through the pairing real quick. But I'll see you guys when I start that. Okay, so I'm on page 96. Random little quidbit. Is that a word? Anyways, I want to watch The Last Kingdom right now. I do. I haven't started it. Like, it's on my list of shows. Like, I have like a billion shows that I want to watch, but I'm seeing edits on TikTok and I want to watch it, but I'm not going to watch it because I need to finish this book so I can read the Throne of Glass series. But okay, so far I like Theo as a main character. I like being in their point of view, and I don't know how to feel about like the romance between Theo and Kit though. Like I feel like I don't really see like too much of a connection so far, given I'm like on page 96. So I feel like it'll be built up throughout like the 400 pages, you know? But I think that because we didn't get like a lot of scenes of them together right off the bat, we only got like 1 chapter, then I think I'll just have to like wait a little bit more to see like the connection between them, because it's kind of like they're trying to like be friends and stuff like that. So I'm like not really like sold on it because I just don't feel the tension so far, but I think I will whenever it gets like a little further into the plot, because I feel like the plot that was on the back about like the whole games and like them trying to like bounce off each other and stuff is just starting. So I do think I'm liking it so far. I'm a little less entertained than I was reading Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, but I think it's good so far. I'm just gonna try and finish this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it today because I have plans, but I kind of want to finish it today and then start The Last Kingdom. I literally have no idea. Like, I think it's like based off something that happened in history, but I literally have no idea what it's about. I just saw edits on TikTok and the audio was great, and I thought that it was eating and it looked like Game of Thrones kind of coloring. So I was like, oh, me right now. Ignore my bangs. I literally just didn't feel like styling them today, but I indeed did not finish the rest of the book yesterday, and I did not start The Last Kingdom. So I did start reading more this morning before I like worked out and then showered and everything. And I got to about 50%, and my thoughts so far, I am still really liking Theo like as a main character and their internal monologue, everything. I feel like this story just feels so realistic. It follows Theo and Kit. They were childhood best friends, and then growing up they kind of like fell in love with each other, but they both thought it was unrequited until I think either 16 or 18. I don't remember. They got together and they were together for a while. They lived together. They planned to go on this trip through Europe because Theo is like a bartender and an aspiring sommelier, I think. I'm gonna put the definition on the screen because I don't really know what that means. And then Kit is like a pastry chef. So, oh my god, my bangs are like literally bothering me to look at, but we're just gonna ignore that. I'll style them later. They're gonna go to the side for now. Basically, like, they are both really into wine, drinks, food, pastries, everything like that. So they go on this like European traveling, tasting kind of excursion, and they break up right before they go on the trip. So they get vouchers for it, and neither of them use it until 4 years later. They both decide to go the last month that they have it available, and they end up on the same trip. They end up on the same bus, and they're kind of like forced to spend this 3 weeks together, otherwise they're gonna waste the trip that they paid thousands of dollars to go on. And they are kind of like learning how to become friends, and they're like, but there's the tension because they were like best friends for their entire lives. They knew everything about each other. They were each other's favorite person, and then now they like don't know stuff about each other. Like, so much has changed because it's 4 years later. So it's kind of like going into that, and I really enjoy that aspect, but I feel like it's kind of dragging on for me a little bit. Like, I feel like it's fast paced and it cuts from like each city that they're going to really quickly, but I just feel like I'm kind of bored. Like, not bored, but the game that's on the back of the book, it says, so when Theo suggests a friendly wager to see who can sleep with their hot Italian tour guide first, Kit is game. In fact, why stop there? Why not a full-on European hookup competition? And I feel like that's really interesting, but it is making the book more spicy. And I feel like that's maybe just not for me personally. Like, I knew it was going to be there going into the book, so I can't fault the book for that. But I think it's just something I'm not personally interested in reading about. For me, I used to enjoy reading smut more than I do now. I feel like now I don't need that in a romance if it's like written well emotionally. Okay, this is really bothering me, so if I'm going to continue talking, I'm going to have to pin this back. Oh my god, why do I have a forehead? So I feel like because it focuses so much on that aspect of their relationship, and that's like what's fueling their friendship right now, then the emotional impact and the emotional connection between them is lacking a little bit. And especially because I said in the last clip that I feel like we're gonna develop further throughout the book, and we definitely are getting that, but it's not to the point where I'm caring about the relationship and caring about wanting them together. Like, for Theo's sake, because I like Theo as a main character, I want them together, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't really care that much about Kit. Like, yeah, he has sad things going on in his life, but like, other than that, I'm just not super connected to his character, and I feel like I don't really care too much about their romance, and I'm more interested in like the food part of the book, which is a huge part of the book because it's like what their trip is on, but I feel like that's the only part I'm like caring about so far, and like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna read it and hopefully finish it, and then I'll let you guys know my thoughts after I'm done. This is same day, but like later in the day, and I had to change my shirt because I had to do yard work, and it's 100 degrees outside, and I was like literally melting. Like, it was dripping out my nose, out my nose, like off my nose, like all over. I was just drenched, but like not to the point where I was like heated and overwhelmed. It was just like super, you know, maybe you don't want to know about this. Anyways, I didn't really read that much more. I think I read like a couple chapters, and now the point of view just switched from Theo to Kit. So I do think that I'm about to take back literally everything I said, because we're gonna get Kit's point of view on like everything that happened and everything that's gonna happen. And I do feel like that would make me connect to his character more because I feel like originally going into this book I thought it was going to be dual point of view, but then for the first like 200 pages it was only Theo's point of view. So then I was like, oh well, I'm just not feeling Kit, like as I said in the past like clips. But now I think that will change. We'll see. I'll let you guys know when I have more thoughts. Hi guys, I'm back and I've finally finished The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. This book was a time. I have so many mixed feelings about this book, and I honestly don't even know if I liked it that much. I think I'm gonna settle on a 3-star rating, which is really disappointing because I thought I'd really enjoy this, but just something about it like I wasn't meshing with, to be honest. I did talk about how it's like very spicy, and it is like an adult book by Casey McQuiston, and Casey McQuiston has written adult books with spice. I'm not sure about the 2 books that I haven't read, but I have read Red, White, and Royal Blue, and that had like smut in it, and then this as well is very spicy, and that's kind of like in the premise of the book like I talked about, but I just don't think that's personally for me, and I can't fault the book for that because that is what it says on the back. Like going into it I knew it was going to be in there, but at the same time I feel like because it was so focused on that aspect of the story, I feel like the emotional depth for me was personally lacking with the main 2 characters, Theo and Kit. Like it was there, but it felt very two-dimensional to me and I didn't connect to it, and I ended up like not really caring about either of the characters by the end of it because I was just like, oh, I kind of want to get this done. I was getting bored of like most of the things in this book, and that's really disappointing because I was really excited to read this. I would still recommend reading this if you're interested in reading it, like the premise sounds cool to you, because maybe it'll be better for you than it was for me personally. But I do think that I like more emotionally driven romances, and this was very like physical tension and then with like the background of emotional, but I just didn't feel like the emotional aspect of the relationship was fleshed out enough, especially for people who were like childhood best friends. It felt very two-dimensional. It felt like I was reading a book. I do, however, like how Casey McQuiston's characters are very open about their sexuality most of the time. I mean, obviously not all of the characters, but especially in this book, I feel like they were very open, which is very refreshing, but at the same time, like as a book, it just wasn't for me, I don't think. Yeah, so these are the 3 books that I read in today's video. It was The Pairing by Casey McQuiston, which was a 3-star book. The Night Ends With Fire by KX Song, which was 3.75 stars. And then Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan, which was also 3.75 stars. In total, the rating, not the best. I definitely was expecting to enjoy these books more than I did, but overall I think I would recommend all of them. I just feel like if you like the premise of the book, you like the synopsis and everything like that, then you might enjoy it more than I did. I personally just think, as I said with like all of my in-depth thoughts, I just felt like some of these were like lacking a little bit in most of the departments that I was like personally trying to enjoy the most, if that makes sense. If you've read any of these, please let me know your thoughts and your ratings, how you felt about these books. I'd love to talk about them and just see how other people felt about them. So please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff. Whatever you want to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!